Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Well, no, today's not Sunday. Today is Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope y'all having a good day. Cheers to you all. Welcome to the Analytical Eye Show. It's your boy Javier. Y'all know who I am. Today we're going to be talking about the Black Code. Now, a lot of you guys, if you don't know what the Black Code is, it was designed by the Black Panthers, and you guys all know who the Black Panthers are. For the black people, by the black people, of the black people. And it's a code that's specifically designed to help black people for the betterment of black people, and it was created by black people. And I think it's one of the greatest things. And I've always wondered, why don't we have a black code, or why don't we have stuff that black people can aspire to within each other? And then I started looking up the Black Panthers because I watched the movie Judas the Messiah. And I was like, wow, okay, we really do. And I was like, this is great. Now, the Black Code is basically designed to get us to reflect and realize, okay, this is what we need to do as black people to help us get better. And I'm going to read it to you really quickly. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and put it on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my Oh, no. Okay, no, I won't. I'll just read it to y'all. So the Black Code, it says, we do not steal from one another. We do not kill one another. We do not sell or offer drugs to one another. We do combine our dollars and buy collectively as a group. We protect our own women and children first. We educate our own at every chance. We do not fight one another. Brothers, protect and build up one another. Sisters, protect and build up one another. Brothers, protect and build up sisters. Sisters, protect and build up brothers. We look out for every opportunity to start our own business, servicing the need of our people first. Now, remember on my last week's episode on Sunday, I had talked about $400 billion, and I talked about my friend that was talking about me having a problem with me creating my own business corporation for my black people. Hey, I'm following my Black Code. If y'all don't know about that episode, watch it. I know these episodes are long, y'all. I know, I get it. But 1 hour of me out of your life is not going to end the world. It really isn't. And on top of that, you can break it up throughout the week. Watch 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Watch it. I'm telling you, it'll bless your life. Hopefully. But now there's one thing that was bothering me when I read this, because I felt like, remember when I was talking about celebrities stay rich, supporting, helping celebrities stay rich, and I was talking about Beyonce, Rihanna, and Michael Jordan. Now something struck and hit my core, and I do say this. When people apologize, they only apologizing because they're scrutinizing. But there's not a lot of people that watch the show just yet. So, something struck my core, because I realized what I said on that show was wrong. Partially, I stand by what I said about Michael Jordan. What I meant by why the hell does Rihanna need to have $500 sunglasses? Why does Beyonce stuff needs to be so expensive? I meant that in the sense that black people, we need to be more responsible to our money. We buy from these companies, we buy from these celebrities and stuff like that. And the product, yes, I agree. The product may be worth $500, and that's what the price is going to be for it. What I was saying, which I think some people may got and some people may not have got, is that sometimes with black people, we can be irresponsible with our money, with how we spend it. We don't. Some of us, we buy. A lot of people buy Michael Jordans before they pay their bills. Why the hell do you need to buy a shoe? First of all, you already have a couple other Michael Jordans. Michael Jordans are not a shoe that's $60 unless you go to Ross, but I rarely see Jordans there. You know, Michael Jordans are $100 and up, and rent's doing the first. So why the hell are you buying shoes? Now I did say I don't support. Because remember, I told you guys, he said that he doesn't care if black people killed themselves. Because remember, I think it was when I was like 10 or 11, black people were killing each other. We still are, over shoes. Not just Jordan shoes. They're over any shoes. Adidas, we're killing each other over just plain shoes. One of the things that we do, And I told you guys, I don't support what he said. I don't. I support him. And like I said on the last episode, when I was defending him about, I believe Michael Jordan would still be big with or without Nike. I support him for going on the straight and narrow, not doing drugs, dealing drugs and stuff like that, as mentioned in the Black Code and stuff like that. I do support Michael Jordan. I do. I don't watch basketball, but I support him as a black man. I just don't support what he said, which is one of the reasons why I don't support and buy his shoes. But I never will buy a $200 pair of shoes. The only pair of shoes that I've bought that is over $100 is my Timberlands. And they have steel toe in them. I'm telling you guys, and I have proof in the pudding. I shop at Ross and Famous Footwear, and all of my shoes are $50, $60 or less. Seriously, I have Nike pair of shoes that I bought that are only $40, $50. I have Converse that I bought from Burlington when they just got back from COVID, and I don't have any expensive shoes. I'm telling you all that right now. I don't buy new Nikes. I don't buy Jordans. I don't buy Adidas, new pair of Adidas. I buy them that they're new, but they come from Ross or a discounted store, which I'm not embarrassed to say. I'm not embarrassed to say I shop at those stores because, hell, it saves me money in my pockets. I can get 5 shoes. For the amount y'all pay for one pair of Jordans, I probably could buy 5 pair of shoes. And it's not me not supporting him. It's just because I'm not going to spend on one pair of shoes that is $200 when I can get 3 for that amount. Or I could buy a pair of shoes from Ross, get a pants and a shirt for the amount that I paid for, and I can have a whole complete outfit, But I support him. Another thing, I felt like I was saying don't support, and I do stand by what I said in that episode. I'm not apologizing for anything I said in that episode. What I'm saying is that if it potentially came off where I'm saying don't support them, in which I do stand by that, I only mean support them if you can fully financially do so. Not, I have money, I got paid. It's, okay, you have money over after you paid your bills, and you've added to your kids' college fund, and you've added some money to your savings. You got money after you do all that, right? Oh, okay, you don't? Well, then stop spending money on it. Black people, we sell our food stamps just to buy a new pair of shoes. We use the WIC, the welfare money to do it, when we shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't be doing it. We should not. We should not. That's what keeps us impoverished. And yes, I agree, support black people. But one thing that I feel like in that Black Code it should say is support black people. And this was around the time where Black Panther was creating jobs and businesses in black communities, and we were doing that. I stand by supporting all black people, but don't support black people at the or don't support someone, not just black people. Don't buy things that aren't essential or necessity at the expense of you losing your home and you and your kids, or just you being homeless. If you can afford it after you've added to your college tuition, or you put money in your savings and you paid absolutely every single bill down to the T, then go out and spend money frivolously as you want, or a percentage of it. But be responsible with your money and of your money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant by that. And that's one thing I wanted to mention on this episode, because I feel like it was the right time to do it. Was because I did feel some type of way, because I felt like I was saying, here I am, a person that's saying support black people, but here I am talking about don't support black women or black men. I'm not saying that. I was strictly speaking from the point of that black people, we need to be more responsible with our money. Support Beyonce, support Rihanna, support Michael Jordan, support Kobe Bryant, support anybody that's black, support them. but not at the expense of you losing your home, because they already have their home. You go to their concerts, you go show up at their meet and greets, you buy their book, you buy their albums, you buy the tickets to their game shows, you support their documentaries, their movies, you go to the movie theater, support their movies. You do all of this for them. That makes them where they are to this day. As black people, we put Beyonce where she is because of black people. Beyonce is where she is because of black people. Michael Jordan is where he is because of black people. Rihanna, same thing. But they're already established. They already have their home. They probably already have their home paid off 3 times as much. But be responsible. I'm not saying completely cut your money off from them, but do you want to be homeless while I got the new Beyonce album, but you homeless? How can you ain't got no electricity to play the album. It's, you got your car, but you didn't pay your car note, so you might get your car, or you didn't pay your insurance, so you can't do anything with it. Or your battery on your car broke out, so how are you going to play the album? Or anything. It's more, that episode was more for me to hindsight to black people that celebrities are already rich. The amount of money you spend to support a celebrity, you could put towards your savings, your life insurance, your kids' life insurance, inheritance, college tuition, or save it for a rainy day. Because for black people, as we know, as black people, rainy days come more often than not. But we rather spend money on frivolous things that we do not need or not a necessity. And I'm telling y'all, I know from firsthand experience. When I was in teenage years, I didn't have to pay bills, so I totally got it. But it still was a hindrance to me because the amount of money I spent on all the stuff I did when I was a teenager, if I had saved the amount of money that I probably, because the only thing at that time that I had to pay was my phone bill and for a bus fare. If I only paid for those 2 things, I would probably have so much money to this day. But I spent a lot of money with my friends, going to Popeyes, going to McDonald's, going going out shopping, buying a whole bunch of iTunes music, buying new phones, buying new outfits. And I did need clothes. I will say that. I did need clothes. But all the shoes I have and stuff like that, I do, and I still spend frivolously, but I'm budgeting better. I have not gone out to eat I did go out to Wingstop like 2 weeks ago, but before that I hadn't gone out to eat in 2 months. And I still don't go out to eat because I'm eating more at the house now. I'm shopping more at the store than at the house, and I'm saving a grip of money, y'all. And there are a lot of things that I want to support. There's a lot of Jill Scott has and Erykah Badu have this new shirt that's out that was from their verses. I wanted to buy it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I have bills I have to pay. I will say this. I will put this to a fault that I go to Ross when I'm at Ross and I see something, I'm gonna buy it, and I buy it, but I can't support black people because the price may be too much, or and I get it, and that's right there. I get it. So you guys can vilify me for that. I do, but I have not. I've been honing in. I have been big time because I have been spending more than I've been making. When I look at when I go back to my taxes and I get my W-2 and I see that after taxes I done made $22,000, I'm like, well, where did all that money go? So then I start subtracting all the bills, thinking about the average amount of my bills, and I'm like, well, the amount of money I made, I should have at least by the end of the year like over $4,000 left over. But then I start thinking, okay, well, no, I did this and I bought that, and I start looking around my house and I start saying, oh, I bought that and I bought that and I bought that, and oh yeah, I did that. I bought that too, and I bought that too, and I bought that too. I bought this, I bought that, I bought that. I promise y'all. Come on now. Support black people, but be smart about it. Don't do it at the expense of you losing your home or your sanity. Because they already have their homes. They already have their careers. And remember, you're not the only person that pays them. Yes, a big gulp of it comes from you going to their shows or buying their albums or buying their products or whatever like that. But remember, the people that they're in partner with, like when they do commercials or do movies or whatever, they get paid a grip of money from them. And so, yes, some of them are white people, but they get paid a grip of money beforehand to make the product. And then they get back end money Like, a piece, they sign a contract to receive a percentage of the profits. So they're then receiving double or triple the amount of money, So that's why I say support black people. Do all you can for black people, but not at the expense of yourself, and black men. But moving forward on that note, because that's one thing I did want to touch on, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Because I do still agree, support Beyonce. And congratulations, Beyonce, on your 28th Grammy. She's the number one woman to win. She's the only woman to win to have the most Grammys won. She's the number one woman. And I believe that she's gonna the most Grammys that have been won is by this guy named Greg Sotio or something like that. He's like a British orchestra, or he's like a conductor, But he's been dead. But he has won 31 Grammys. But I believe Beyonce will surpass him. And she'll be the first black. And it's nice to know that she's a black woman doing that, because then it shows that black women can do it. They can have it all, So congratulations to you on that, Beyonce. But I hope you guys get where I'm coming from. Like I said, I meant everything I said in that episode. And so I'm not apologizing for anything I've said. But I wanted to make it clear that I still mean support black people. But you don't need $400 pair of sunglasses. And like I said in that video, I do wish that Beyonce, Rihanna, and not just them that I'm talking about right now, but I wish that we make cheaper stuff. Let's make cheaper, affordable stuff for people, for black people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my goal is going to be in life, is trying to, and if my prices for my product are high, it's because I'm paying my people a lot of money too, to make the product. I want to create a company where black people I'm bringing factories and work not only back to black communities, but in Africa too, giving them work, and then I'm paying them high prices, and you guys pay high prices for the product. If I end up doing, if that has to be the case, but I'm saying, hey, I'm paying them good money, and then they can be like, yeah, he is paying us good money. I want to start my associates off at making over $20 an hour. I'm talking about like waiters. I want, when I make my restaurants and stuff, I want them to be making over $20 an hour. Plus tips. Yeah. That's ideal. And if you say, Javier, why are your prices so, you're talking about Beyonce and them prices higher, but then I can come at you with saying, well, my black people are creating the product and they're getting paid higher too, so they can afford to pay their rent, they can pay this, and then they have money for excursions to then buy the $400 pair of sunglasses that they want so desperately from Italy or whatever like that. So I'm not saying denounce or not support these women and men, and that are especially black, but you gotta prioritize. You want to be homeless? You want your lights cut off? You want this? You want that? And you'll have the sunglasses. You'll have the CDs. You'll have all this, that, and the third. But, that's not how you win. But moving forward, with this black code, I think that black people, we have not, back then we were mastering it. But we have stepped away from this so much. Black men are vilifying black women. Black men. You guys need to, like it says in there, you need to honor black women. You guys sit around here, procreate, you guys mix gene pools, diseases, have all these kids. You can't take care of them. All these rappers that out here like, I'm not saying DaBaby, but people like DaBaby and all these little rappers out here. The one that's dating Floyd Mayweather, and then also Reginae, Lil Wayne's daughter. These guys out here got all these damn babies by all these different baby mamas. And baby mamas, y'all over here cussing each other out, who's better than who, instead of putting your brains together and saying, you know what, we need to come after him because he's a problem, because he should be taking care of his kids. You guys need to know your worth, and black men not throw black women away because they're bitches or hoes or whatever it is you want to call them, because that's not the case. They just don't know their worth yet. But then women, you got to come at it as, these weak men know that you're a weak woman in the sense that you don't know your worth yet, so they're going to abuse that, impregnate you, keep you at home and all this stuff like that, and then all you become is a baby making machine. You know what I'm saying? Black men, pull your pants up, lift yourselves up. Black women, lift yourselves up. Light skin, dark skin, lift each other up. We're all here. Now, I will say light-skinned people do get treated a little bit better than the darker melatonin motherfuckers. I do agree with that. But that does not mean that we're all in the same fight as black people. Because like I said, a white person will remind a light-skinned person just as much as a melatonin black person that they're still black. Light-skinned people are still black, just like the darker skinned people. You know. So we all as black people got to do better. We got to support black businesses and create our own black businesses away separately from white people. Separately. Create our own schools, create our own universities. The only thing we should do is the only thing we should be owing to white people is that Uncle Sam tax that they have. That's the only thing. We should create the Black Wall Street again, you know? Men, y'all need to get out here and get a job. Get a job. Oh, I don't want to work as a custodian. Well, you know what? Stop creating babies then. You know? If you look at Good Times, James, he worked at a meat packaging place and worked down at the car wash. You know? You look at Let's Do It Again with Sidney Poitier. He was dropping off milk. You know, the people that do the specialized milks, like my grandma, she's not bougie, but she gets the milk from the milk company that drops it off in your little bucket at home. They drop off orange juice and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, I think they're called Crown Royal. No, not Crown Royal. Something Royal. You know? And yes, let's combine our dollars. To me, and the reason why I said what I said on that episode with Beyonce, Rihanna, and all them was because Beyonce's rich, Michael Jordan's rich, all the rich black actors and entertainers and venture capitalists, they may be worth a whole lot of money, but to me, if one black person is poor, just because you have a lot of money doesn't make you rich. It makes you poor too. That's what I want to make known as well. Let's combine our dollars. Rich people, combine your dollars with the poor black people. That's why I said what I said with 50 Cent was because I don't support 50 Cent saying, oh, I don't want to pay higher taxes. Dude, combine your dollars. You forgot that you grew up poor too. You forgot who put you in the rich to be rich in that position. Black people. You know? Every black person that has made it, whether it's a lawyer, a doctor, a singer, a rapper, an entertainer, an actress or an actor, black people, we need to combine our dollars. Rich and poor. Just because the poor has less dollars to combine with your rich doesn't mean anything. Because if one of us is poor, you're poor too. You just got more money than us. You know? I want to create a company where I make it, because the way it looks at it, the way black people look at it as is, oh, one of us made it, so we all made it. The way I look at it is, no, I made it only. And the reason why I say that is because I made it, but we didn't make it because you're still poor. I want to build my own ladder, get off my ladder, and help build you guys' ladder. You know, I want us all to make it. And that's what I mean by what I said by black people saying one of us made it, we all made it. And I get why they say that, because, you know, if you look at a black person, it's like, oh, well, he or she made it, so it shows that we can do great. You know, we have those same opportunities. But what I see happen is a lot of black people, there's a lot of us that paved the way. All of us paved the way. But I want to be able to pave the way, but come back and help you while you're, you know, on your way to success. Because I've built my ladder. I want to come back down off of my ladder and help you build your ladder. You know? Because then we can truly say one of us made it, we all make it. Because then I can come back and help you. And not just financially, but emotionally, physically, mentally. You know? That's what this black code means. That's what it stands for. You know, and we as black people need to understand that. We got to put our women and children first. Men, stop leaving because it gets too hard and too tough. Because the thing about it is, when the man leaves, the woman is basically stuck. Because she feels obligated. I don't know why men don't feel like it's obligated for them to take care of their kids. You know? If you don't want to have the kids use the condom, oh, it doesn't feel right. Well, so well, suck it up or don't have sex at all. Like I told you I think it was another episode, I said jerk off. There's porn, you know? Like, we got to stop stealing from each other, you know? We got to stop killing each other. And like it says in here, we do not sell or offer drugs to one another. Stop selling weed. Stop selling crack. We should stop doing that. We need to stop doing that. You know, I watch First 48 all the time, and the main thing I see is black people killing each other because either what someone else said to each other, which was stayed in there, stop disrespecting each other, or one of them was trying to rob one because the other one was trying to sell, because there was like one case where the black dude came to the black dude's house, and they were going to be selling dope, which is crack and stuff, to the other person. But the other person thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna go in and rob you, and then killed the other dude. And now you about to go to jail, and the white man's gonna make profit off of you being in their prison. Because like I told you, whites own the damn prison system. Private owned companies do. Venture capitalists own these companies, you know? So that's why I say this black code is the real deal. Educate our own every chance we get, y'all. You know, this whole thing with, the high IQ test score. Remember, remember I told you I was talking about Lori Loughlin and all them and stuff like that, where they don't like to lose, and it was about the Operation Varsity Blue that was shown on Netflix, that documentary. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Which I'm going to do another episode about it soon. But if you look at it, white people consider, you know, like IBM, you know, IBM for weight. They consider it unhealthy because for you to be heavy set and everything like that. But that's not the case, you know, because that's by white people standards. And then there's the IQ test score. The IQ test score, the ACT, the SAT are racially biased because it's fit for white people. And by white people standards, if you got a high ACT or SAT or IQ test score, you're smart. But if you have a low test score, you're low test score, then you're not smart. But see, there's a difference between white people smarts and black people smarts. So remember that, black people. Educate yourself in the sense for you to understand as a black person and for you to be smart in your own community. Fuck what the white people think about what IQ test score you got. You got a 400 on your SAT? So what? That's by white people standards. That doesn't mean you're not smart. That doesn't mean you're not educated. I think on my SAT, I think it was a 960, which is fairly good. Well, not necessarily, because I think the highest you can get is like a 1400. But I was close to 1,000, so I was fairly good. Doesn't mean I can get into Harvard with that or Princeton or whatever, which I'm not trying to strive for that, because I want to go to Temple University. You know what I'm saying? But fairly good, you know? But don't let that discourage you from being educated. Educate yourself every chance you get. I just got back from Barnes & Noble's looking at Black history books. I just got some Black history books, you know? I did. So I was comparing prices on which ones were cheaper, because Barnes & Noble's prices are really high, even with your little membership discount. But I go to Black bookstores, you know? I educate myself on not only just my own culture, but what is smart in our own eyes? What is our IQ test score that black people put for ourselves? What's our ACT? What's our SAT and ACT for what black people consider smart? Let's educate ourselves on that. Let's stop allowing these white people to discourage us by their standard of what we should be. Remember that IBM thing is a white people thing. That ain't black people thing. White people made that up because black people, they wanted to say, well, you're this age, you're this height, you should be this weight. No. Because I know some heavy set and obese people that are more healthier than me. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop using white people's standards as what it means to be smart or what it means to have how we should cultivate our culture. Because they try to take our culture and turn it into that white is right. And that's not the case. That's not the case. You know? Stop selling these drugs. Ronald Reagan was the one that brought crack to the black community. So why give white people more ammunition to put us in their prison system that they already own? Because then they own us mentally. Now we have addiction. You know what I'm saying? And they're all the while we're suffering, they're making a profit off of it. Because who you're buying from may be black, but who they're buying from is probably black, and he's probably black, and he's probably black. But then you got probably somebody else that's maybe Russian or white. There's like Chris Tucker said, follow the white man. Behind every big crime, there's a white man waiting for his cut. Every crime, every single crime in this world has always had the white man behind waiting for his cut. Always. Always. We need to put white people on trial. And the thing that was never brought up was that the CIA was never fully investigated and people were brought down. They didn't arrest Ronald Reagan for bringing crack into the crack pandemic to black people. Of course, because it was happening to black people. And then they decided to cover it up by saying, oh, well, just say no to crack. Well, then guess what, white people? I'm saying just say no to opiates. That's the best I could do for you. Because that's all they did for us. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know? We gotta stop fighting each other too. We gotta stop fighting each other. Black people, that's one of our biggest hindrances. We denounce each other. We dehumanize each other. We scrutinize each other to the fullest. And I'm part of that. I'll admit I've done that. I have, and I still do to this day, and it's a work in progress. And I get it, y'all. Black people, we are a hard bunch to like and agree with, but we gotta do better as supporting one another. You know, a lot of crimes are committed because it's like, oh well, he created a store, so I'm gonna create a store, but I'm gonna kill him so that way I can get all the customers. No, that's not how it should be. Support his business, and he'll support yours, and you support his, and he supports yours. That's how it should be. You know, she ain't a bitch just because her business is booming. You know, white people have so many different products. Look how many white banks are out there. You don't see them. You don't see the CEO of that. You don't see the creator of Wells Fargo killing the creator of Chase, trying to denounce Chase banks. So, but you see what I'm saying? Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, Capital One. These are all white-owned companies. And credit card, American Express, all these white-owned companies. Visa and MasterCard. Let's create our own Visa and MasterCard, but call it something totally different. Let's create our own stuff. And not kill each other because one is succeeding and I want my business to succeed because I worked hard on my business and it's the same as your business. There's plenty of room at the table. There's enough chicken for you and for me. There's enough side dishes there on the table. Stop being greedy. You know? Let's support one of each other. Let's support one of another. Let's build each other up. You know? And at every opportunity, let's look for a way to build our own businesses. Every opportunity. Every opportunity. There's a crack house. Well, guess what? Turn that into a daycare center. There's a school that's about to shut down. Let's go buy the building and buy the license and permits and stuff and put our own private school there. You know what I'm saying? They're about to shut down local busing. Well, let's create our own bus company. If y'all look at the Wall Street, we even had our own our Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma before the massacre happened. We had our own post office, our own bus station. Let's look for opportunities. There's plenty of opportunities out here, y'all. Plenty. Let's put all of our money together and do it. We can do it. We can. Now I know, and I've always said this, how can a poor person help another poor person? But if we start saving up money, hint, hint, from what I said earlier, we start saving up that money, then we can say, hey, LaShonda, hey, Bob, whatever, like that, whatever names you want, whatever names you want. Hey, Khadijah, here's my 500, here's my 20,000. Oh, that's okay, and let's build. Like that thing, like my teacher always said in school, two brains is better than one. We gotta stop killing each other. We gotta. And the reason why it says buy as a collectively for the black code is because then we can all have a piece of the pie. We're all earning money. You know, we're all doing it for the betterment of black people. Because then if you have 10 black people that come and buy something, then they all earn money. Then they can go elsewhere and then get other black people and say, hey, I know you only have this much, but I have this much. Let's put it together and create this. This, and all of this. You know? Why do you think they burnt down Black Wall Street and to begin with? Because they saw that black people were collectively coming together and building. And we were one. And we finally had a whole system. Not just economics, but health, housing, all that shit. Why do you think that they defuncted the Black Panther Party? Every chapter there in major cities. Because they saw we were doing for each other. That we were revolutionizing for ourselves. Because they weren't going to do it for us and they weren't going to help us do it. Every company I see now in America is owned by a white person. It may be a black company, black record label, a black entertainment company, a black store, a black restaurant, but who is in bed with them? White people. Like I said on my last episode, for my company, no white person is going to be involved in my company. Only black investors for black people, by black people, of black people. And I'm going to make sure white people don't fuck it up. I'm going to make sure of that. I want to build Black Wall Street again. I want to build Black Wall Street not just in Tulsa, Oklahoma to prove those racist white motherfuckers wrong that are there and their ancestors and everything like that. And then I'm going to go laugh on and stomp on their grave. But build one in New York. Give them running for their money. Give in Hollywood. Not just in Atlanta, but in Hollywood, Florida, everywhere. Build Africa. Let's go there. Because they're all talking about how Africa is such an impoverished country, continent. Let's prove them wrong. They don't even highlight the good parts of Africa anyway. They always showcase the black through those, the commercials with they zoom in on the baby's face and talk about, let's donate $1, this, like that. You know? Let's go there and build pipes and water plants and stuff like that, factories, and give them jobs. Let's do that, y'all. We can do it. I told y'all last week on the episode that Hollywood, they came out with a study that Hollywood misses out on $10 billion annually. That means yearly. On black TV shows and movies. And that's not just the music industry. That's just the movies and TV shows. So we can generate over $10 billion a year in movies and TV shows. What do you think we can do with the music, with the shoes, with the houses, with the restaurants, with the doctor, with the hospitals, with the schools? Think of what we can do. Just strictly only black people. And that's, yes, it's separate, but it's equal because now we're doing for us and betterment for us. Come on. Think about what we can do, y'all. Let's follow this black code because this black code did a lot for the Black Panthers. And look where they got. They got there so much that the FBI investigated them and killed every single one of them. Did you see the Judas the Messiah? They couldn't stand that we were doing for ourselves. Why do you think the Black Wall Street Massacre happened? Because they can't stand us doing better. They can't stand it. And look for every opportunity to denounce and demean us and torture us and bring us down and separate and divide us. As long as we're separated and divided, y'all, as black people, they're not going to bother us because they see that we're not going to come together. Why do you think the KKK went to the Million Man March when MLK had the I Have a Dream speech? Come on. Why do you think the KKK went to DC for that? They couldn't stand that black people, actually over 1 million black people were going there. They couldn't stand it. They can't stand it, y'all. When are you going to realize as a black person, us coming together, they cannot stand it. White people cannot stand blacks coming together. They look for we have every opportunity to do so. And every time we do, they burn our houses. They put crosses in our lawns. They burn down our businesses. Arson. We don't have insurance companies to support us. Let's create our own insurance companies, our own liability wagers and stuff like that. Let's create our own theaters. Let's create our own arenas. Let's create our own studios. Let's create our own. Let's y'all. Come on now. We can do it. We can do it. Because great minds think alike. Black people, we smarter than them. That's why they can't stand us. Because every opportunity that they have denounced us, demeaned us, tortured us, and brought us down, we came back stronger. We lost the battles, but that war we're winning. We're winning that war, and they cannot stand it. Why do you think the Jim Crow law was just passed in Georgia? 2 days ago or whatever. Because they can't stand it. They can't stand that we're doing good. They cannot stand it. They can't. Let's continue to follow this. Let's follow this black code. Men, do better with these kids. Stop procreating all these kids. Men, get a job. Women, get a job. Don't aspire to be on welfare, because the Black Panthers did that for assistance, to build you up. Don't just aspire to, if you want to be a bus driver, be the best damn bus driver there is. Yeah. If you want to be a doctor, be the best damn doctor you can be. And it is nothing wrong with being those things at the betterment of black people. And I feel as a black person, I'm obligated to do for my black people. Because if I make it and I have an opportunity to help my black people, I'm going to do it. And I know it, you get tired of it. It's like, well, damn, why as a black person, we always got to help each other out? But if we did, and we all continuously did, we would then, that stigma, that weight off our shoulders, that weight on our shoulders would lift off. Because then everybody has now made it. Everybody's not financially able to. Everybody's got jobs. Everybody's this and everybody that. The economic, the unemployment, the mental state, the health state of black people, everything would decrease. And then the pressure would lift off of our shoulders because we're following this black code. We should make it a law as black people to follow this code. And Ice Cube, I even say you should put this in your contract with Black America. The contract should enlist things that black people have to follow and things that white people need to do for us, whatever like that. Because it's owed to us, not because out of the kindness of their heart, because it's owed to us. Remember, white people are in debt to black people. White people are in debt. Just like there's a national debt to China and everybody else they got a debt with, white people are in debt to us. Let's not forget that, black people. But follow this black code, y'all. Follow it down to a T. Why do y'all think God talk about Monique and Jill Scott and Queen Latifah so much? We got to do for ourselves, y'all. Put the need of our people first before anybody else. Put the need of our people first. Put women and children first. Women and children first. Lift them up, y'all. Children didn't ask to be here, and women shouldn't be scrutinized or vilified for being who they are. They shouldn't be. You know? Women, stop taking crap from these no good men. In the sense that they still have learning they have to do. They're still immature. And even too, men that act like, I'll say it, hoes or whatever, they don't know their worth either. And they're not hoes, although I just said that, they don't know their worth. Men don't know their worth either. These little boys, they're still boys, all they act like men. They're still little girls, all they act like women. Like Jill Scott said, that she said that. If we do not, and she said this, if we do not stop and snatch them up like we used to when we act out down the block, it is our fault. We're only doing a detriment to ourselves. We're only doing a detriment to ourselves. You know? And as blacks and Africans, we need to come together too, because I've heard that rumor for a lot of time that Africans don't like blacks, because I will say the black culture and the African culture are two different things, because, you know, but I feel that as black and Africans, let's come together on this black code. Let's create a black African code that we come up with. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know? And I get it's easier said than done, because black people, we're some strong-minded, wielded black people. And we gonna say our shit. We gonna say what the fuck's on our mind. But let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. You know, I even commend E40. He just came out with his own alcohol line, strictly owned by himself. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it, y'all. We can do it if we put our minds to it. We can do it if we actually sat down and put in the work. You're never too old and never too young. You're never too experienced and you're never not too educated. Never. Never. A lot of the shit that's been created in this world is from black people. Street lights. The light bulbs. Air conditioners, like heaters. All this shit has been created by black people. The thermostat is created by black people. Come on now. Y'all gotta. Come on now. Do your research. Do your homework on all of the stuff that black people have created and done for America. That America has taken over. You know? But follow this black code, y'all. Let's follow it. Little girls, little boys, grown-ass women, grown-ass men, old-ass men, women, old-ass men. Let's follow the black code. Let's stop with this whole the church community disrespecting the secular community, which is everybody that does anything but God. Let's stop denouncing atheists, people that don't believe in God or science. Let's come together as black people. Come together. You not being religious is a religion, you know. It's just not believing in God. Let's do it, y'all. I'm talking. Let's call the Arabians, the Muslims, the Africans, the Jamaicans, the Caribbeans, the Americans, Black Americans, Southern and Northern. Let's come together, y'all. Let's come together. Then there's all different types of blacks. The Haitians. It's all African culture. Let's come together, y'all. We got it. We have no other choice. We have no other choice. If we don't, we're doing a disservice to ourselves. Let's follow this black code. You know? Let's follow this black code. And if they burn our shit down, then we build back up and even bigger. And then if they continue to burn our shit down, then go burn their shit down. I said it. If you burn my shit down, I'm gonna burn your shit down. Pretty soon, we gonna either be some burning motherfuckers or you gonna get tired of touching my shit. You know? But follow the black code, y'all. Follow the black code. But I'll be seeing y'all this upcoming, throughout this week. I'm probably gonna upload some more episodes. It's gonna be a touch base by, what do they call it? Touch base by bases or whatever like that. Whatever the damn saying is for that. But I'll keep y'all informed. But I thank y'all for watching this episode. I'll see y'all next time. You can follow me, as you know, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Javier Vassal. And you can also follow the show on Facebook, Instagram at The Analytical Eye Show. Except for on Twitter, as you know, it's iAnalytical. I want to thank y'all for everything you continue to do. Peace and love, y'all. Make sure y'all continue to celebrate black women in this not just this month for Women History Month, but all around the world. Make sure y'all watch the NAACP Awards if you haven't had a chance to, and celebrate black people. I want to commend the NAACP, the Black Panthers, Black Lives Matter movement, anything for the betterment of black people, strictly only black people. Let's do it for us, because us is all we got. But cheers to y'all. Have a good Sunday. Peace. Oh, I forgot one last thing. I hope y'all like my hair. I just want to say that because I tried something different. If you guys noticed from the very first episode when I revamped the show, came back off a hiatus, I did something like this. I'm trying to do something little similar. You know, I need to trim my sides again. But peace, y'all. Have a good Sunday. See you next time.